So far, most of us still don't know if Maxwell Chikumbutso's microsonic energy device is real or not, and I'll leave that to you to decide whether it's a groundbreaking invention or a scam. But here's something fascinating about his story. Because he couldn't secure a patent for his technology, he had to come up with a unique way to protect his intellectual property. Maxwell claims that he built his microsonic device with a self-destructive safeguard to prevent anyone from tampering with it or reverse engineering it. At the end of the video, I will play a clip of Maxwell explaining this self-destructive technology in his own words. But first, let me summarize it for you. According to him, the device is equipped with a small detonator that will cause it to explode if someone tries to open it up or mess with its internal components. He assures that the explosion is small and won't harm anyone, but it's enough to destroy the device completely. On top of that, he says they've added software safeguards as well. If someone tries to tamper with the wiring or the system, the software will trigger the device to self-destruct. This raises an interesting question. While this technology might protect his invention from being copied, what happens if the device needs repairs? Imagine taking your car in for routine maintenance and accidentally triggering the self-destruct mechanism. It's a risky trade-off, but Maxwell argues that this was the only way he could protect his invention after being denied a patent. Now, I'm going to play a clip of Maxwell explaining this self-destructive technology in his own words. Listen carefully and let me know what you think in the comments.
We have done and we are trying to protect it. We have embedded it in the vehicle. Okay. Yes. And it has got a self-destructive technology. On the 150 wires on this car, if you try to tamper with 5 of them, we will classify. You destroy the microsonic energy device, both the software and the hardware. That's how we are protecting the technology, because we couldn't get a patent on ways on how to protect the technology in the event that we use it. For example, we go in a country, we set up a power station, there's a hostile takeover, we're kicked. How do we protect our technology? That's why we took the trade secretary route. Our patent is kept, our design is kept, the recipe is kept in 3 countries, and the people who are keeping it, they don't even know each other. The second thing, we try to protect the hardware side, because if an engineer remove like a circuit board, you can trace, you can see that this is a rectifier, this is a microchip. So we put a small amount of a detonator to say, but that cannot harm anyone. But if you just try to tamper with it, you blow it. That's part of the second board. Also on the software, if someone can have the source code, he can try to do reverse engineering. So we work on an algorithm that if you tamper with certain wires on the vehicle, you are going to destroy the microsonic energy device. Yeah.
So you can't tamper?
You cannot tamper with it. If you tamper with it, then you lose your investment.
Question, what will be the market price?
Right now we're still doing costing. I think before the end of this week we have the final costing, but it's going to be cheaper. That I can.
So which products do you have on the market?
The car.
Are the batteries on the market?
The greener power off-grid machines are on the market, the TVs are on the market, the bikes are on the market, the cars as well, they are on the market.
So when you say on the market, where would one buy one?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to buy a battery, where would you go?
Right now we're doing, I think you saw the company that we partnered like in Zimbabwe, which was doing that video. That's our RG concentration marketing. But right now we are using the Tesla model, which we are using that we don't want to have middlemen, because the price will be so high to the end users. So we're saying people, they will buy straight from Safe in other countries, then they will get their products there. For example, we are setting up in Switzerland, so it is going to cover Europe and some parts of Europe. Then we have got other countries that will pick up in like in Central Africa, East Africa, and Northern Africa, which will cover differently.
So what's the maximum speed for this and for?
This is an answer speed.
It's on. It's on right now.
It's on.
Oh, yeah. So there are no mechanical, there are no like moving parts.
The only moving part that you will see on this car is a reduction gearbox. But you don't have to maintain it to service.
The generator doesn't have.
The generator doesn't have any moving parts. Usually those type of devices that are known as 0-point energy. So you cannot even maintain it, you cannot service it because there's no friction that is happening.
Wow.
When technology, the pass-through that the only less energy will go to recharge the battery, but the greater power of the energy powers the device. So that is the beauty of it now. If you understand what I'm saying, those people who understand like how batteries work. For example, in a car, in a typical car, the acid batteries, they've got your alternator has got a regulator. So when you're using a battery, that means the alternator is off. But when we are using, when a battery is depleted, for you to recharge and use it at once is very impossible. They don't have that technology yet, we have got it. That's the pass-through technology that you can now take power from it and recharging it at the same time. So the regulator now cuts off the power that has to be coming from the battery and it will redirect it direct to the car from the alternator. So this is what we have done. We have made it possible that a small battery can now do something that is big. Then on the car, I think we're going to demonstrate all the cars that you know. If you go to Kaya right now, all their cars, you have to plug in either a DC charging station or an AC charging station. Our car is the first car. This is a generator. I think if you can go to the fridge, you can see he's going to plug in and you will see that the fridge is going to be powered by a car. Like I said, you can buy a car. You don't need to have a generator at your home. You use your car.
Okay. Right, we test it. Look on the channel.
That's the car. So the person who has the question, you can come and see it.
So where is the microsonic device?
What we've done, like we said, the microsonic energy device is the invention that we have done and we are trying to protect it. We have embedded it in the vehicle.
Okay.
Yes. And it has got a self-destructive technology. On the 150 wires on this car, if you try to tamper with 5 of them, we will classify. You destroy the microsonic energy device, both on the software and the hardware. That's how we are protecting the technology because we couldn't get a patent.
So more like encryption.
Yes, it's encrypted. It's on. It's on right now.
It's on.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there are no mechanical, there are no like moving parts.
The only moving part that you will see on this car is a reduction gearbox, but you don't have to maintain it or to service
The
it.
generator doesn't have.
The generator doesn't have any moving parts. Usually those type of devices are known as 0-point energy. So you cannot even maintain it, you cannot service it because there is no friction that is happening.
Wow.
When